Hey there, welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan, and in this week's vlog you will see my interview with Giuseppe Ottaviani about his track Linking People. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and very important, also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Linking People, my interview with Giuseppe Ottaviani. Enjoy! Giuseppe Ottaviani is a DJ, producer and composer from Italy who is mostly known for his many great trance releases. You might know him as the engine behind the legendary NU NRG, but also under his own name Giuseppe Ottaviani, he is responsible for releases such as No More Alone, Through Your Eyes, Angel, and of course Linking People. Linking People was the very first track Giuseppe released under his own name back in the year 2005 via Paul van Dyk's label VANDIT Records. For this week's vlog I sat down with Giuseppe to ask him about the story behind Linking People and more. My first question to him was around what age he started to listen to music.
Since ever. I mean, since the age of 4, 5, I went to actually my parents bought me a piano because I was always playing something, and then I've got this real piano in my house, and then I was just playing randomly, trying to replicate whatever I was listening on the radio with just one finger, starting like that. And then I just grew my interest for the piano and the music through the years, and I actually had 9 years at the of a classical piano education, but then basically I left the school because I couldn't really enjoy the theater behind that. So I was a little kid. I didn't want to go to normal school in the morning and then learning piano in the afternoon. Just wanted to go out and play with friends.
Because I remember there's a picture of you behind the piano on your socials.
I was a little one, and I also used to play at the church. The big organ. This little kid on the big organ and the church.
So how old were you then?
I think it was 6.
Nice.
Or something like that.
So and around,
but a long time ago.
I don't know around what age did you start producing music?
Producing music. I don't know, maybe 16 years old. Because I was a DJ before. I started as a bedroom DJ, birthday parties, weddings parties, that kind of 90s dance, classic. Well, not classic, that kind of Eurodance.
I love Eurodance.
Oh, tell me about it.
In Italy, they had like Capella, Wickfield.
All these guys.
So, besides piano, do you play any other instruments?
I play drums. I've played drums. I've always enjoyed playing it. I never took a license. It just go by years. So. Maybe the reason why I became a DJ and producer is because I never found the right people to make a band together. I really wanted to play drums more than anything else. But just to find the right people. And so I was like, okay, fine. Let's do something else.
As long as it works for you.
Yeah.
So, do you remember your very first ever release?
The very first release, it was Dreamland, NU NRG Dreamland, on a very small Italian label. Actually, it was a very small label from a vinyl store in Rome called Synthetic Records. I think they were just publishing 500 copies at that time just for the store. And then, that was the first time I saw something on a vinyl. Not even the regular 12-inch vinyl. It was a smaller one because that was a test. So that was the first time I was like, oh, my music on vinyl. So I love it.
That's cool.
It was pretty thick and heavy.
Do you still have some?
I still have that one. That was just one copy for myself. And after that, they printed the regular vinyls. So that was one of the first releases. And then, of course, Dreamland has been released after a couple of years, probably in 2001 on VANDIT Records. And that was basically the start of my career.
Nice one. Yeah, for this what we're going to talk about is the Linking People, beautiful trance track you did back in the year 2005. It was the very first track you released under your own name. First things first, was there anything that did inspire you when you started to work on the track?
Yeah, a keyboard. I bought this very old keyboard called a Korg WFD 01, and that was kind of a follow-up of the more famous M1, I think. I bought this keyboard just because a friend of mine had the same. I was like, oh, I love it. Okay, let me try this.
Yeah.
So I found this sound, which is called synth pick bass. I think that's the name, or maybe I rename it. But anyway, you will see in the actual presets, and that was basically like a pick bass guitar sound, which I modify a little bit, and that sound had a very different type of dynamic. You know, when you play the velocity on the keys, the reaction of this sound was something I never heard before. And then I was like, oh, I should make a track out of this sound. And in fact, Linking People, it's based completely on that sound.
Yeah.
From the synth note to the middle bass to the bass notes, it's just one sound carrying, you know, in different octave of the keys. Yeah, that was I never heard that before. So obviously, even like other people never heard that before, which is why I think that the tune was kind of grabbing attention from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first tune that I made as a solo artist when I split up with NU NRG.
Yeah.
And that was the first record that I gave to Paul van Dyk at that time, and he was like, oh, I'm loving it. Actually, I gave that demo on a CD during a VANDIT night in Austria to Paul right before, at the sound check, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this. And came back, and during his set, he just played.
Well, he played it straight away.
I was like, okay, that means
that's a good sign.
He likes it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And that was just, that was the start of my solo projects.
Ah, cool. So what do you still remember from the production process? Did it take like a long time, or what?
It took a long time, yeah, because back then it was all MIDI, all keyboards, analog mixers, analog compressors, EQs and stuff. So that was kind of a long process putting all those things together, especially when you have a break in between, like, you have to tour, right? So I was doing gigs, of course, at that time. But the thing is that it's always, if you start something, back in the day, when you started something, you couldn't touch anything else. You just have to finish it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And if your cat goes on the mixer and pushes things around, then you lose your mix.
Yeah.
So this is what happened, not with my cat, but with my mom.
Yeah.
She was just, cleaning my mixer. I'm like, what? No, don't do that. So I lost my mix halfway of the process. So I had just to redo all the vinyls, all the volumes and EQs and
Yeah. This is what people sometimes don't understand. Like back in the day, as you said, you could work on like one track.
Yeah.
Now you can work on 5 tracks at the same time.
Yeah. It was just one track, and then send it out to the record label and say, guys, if you approve this, I'm gonna, clean my mixer and start a new one.
Yeah.
So you could have like 2 weeks waiting for a feedback,
and then you couldn't do.
Well, you couldn't make any music at all.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that was kind of painful.
Yeah.
And I used to take pictures.
Oh yeah.
I used to take pictures of sections of a mixer, and the compressors and the effects, because there was not such a thing like a total recall.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to recall a song, you had to go manually on the keyboards, select the sound you've been using, and then match the pictures and redo manually all the volumes and all the settings on the mixer.
Such a hassle.
Yeah, I love technology now.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to finish the track?
Probably a month.
Yeah.
Probably a month.
Oh wow. Say, what was the most difficult part of the production?
Make it sounding decent, because back then I knew nothing about mastering or even mixing, because I was just learning by myself.
Yeah.
And making things sounding right with the analog gear, it's not as you open Ableton now, a couple of plugins and everything sounds great.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different. So I had to do different mixes, trying out and played it out and sound checks. Actually, I was going to the sound checks just to test different mixes of the same track. And then I found, I just realized that one of those was sounding better. Or I thought it was sounding better than the other mixes, and that was the one that we actually released.
Yeah. Is there a story behind the title as well?
Yes, I'm always been a producer. Well, I'm a producer more than a DJ. I've always been like a producer more because my mission, my goal is to bring people together. And I think in the music, it's kind of a glue that stick people together. So it's the link between people.
Yeah.
So that was Linking People.
Yeah, nice one. So yeah, Linking People came out in December 2005 via VANDIT Records. So yeah, obviously Paul van Dyk was supporting the track. Do you remember which other DJs did play the track?
I remember Bob and Beyond was playing the track. When they used to play a kind of a little bit higher BPM. Not that higher, because Linking People was 142 BPM, I think. So that was really
fast. Yeah,
really fast for the time. But yeah, no, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't really pay much attention at that time, because the only thing that was, the only thing that matters to me back then was just Paul was lining out everywhere.
Yeah,
and that was it for me.
Yeah.
I didn't need to look for. I mean, now obviously, you check Beatport charts, you see Spotify numbers and all this kind of stuff, and you check the stats, supports, and everything. Back then, I was just like, look, I just want to make my music and publish it.
Yeah.
So they were doing this for me. I didn't need any more feedback from anyone else.
So what is your favorite memory when it comes to the release of Linking People?
It was kind of a relief, because once I decided to split up with NU NRG, I thought that was the end of my career, because NU NRG it took off pretty quickly. So really going from nothing to I'm here straight, and then we were going on a straight line, higher and higher and higher, and everybody at the VANDIT office, they were like, oh, this is gonna be a big project, and even Paul himself was like, oh, this is gonna be a big project. And when we said, oh, we're gonna stop it because we want to split up, well, it wasn't a good moment.
No.
Of course, for anyone. And then obviously, I was kind of nervous, because obviously I wanted to keep making music and making my career. So I wasn't sure how this could work on my own. I didn't even know if they actually wanted to have a duo, or if a single DJ would be good for them.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know what their plans were back then.
Yeah.
Apparently, they only wanted to have good music. So, I came up with this song, and I was really, really nervous. But, it worked out, and that was a new start for me. So, basically, when people ask me, what are the most important songs for you? Well, I actually have two, right? I have Dreamland, which is the starting point of NU NRG at the very beginning of my musical career, and then Linking People, which is the second start of my solo career. And probably if I'm talking to you right now, it's because of Linking People.
Yeah. So was music a full-time job for you already then?
Yes, since NU NRG already.
Yeah.
Since 2001 and 2002.
Yeah.
I left my job in 2002.
What did you do before?
I was in the army.
You were in the army?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be careful with my questions then.
No.
Yeah, you've always been very active with releases and remixes. At the end of 2022, you released your latest artist album, Horizons. That one has over 12 million streams already, and that makes Horizons your biggest album so far. What can you tell about the Horizons album for the people that haven't heard it yet?
Well, I gotta check it out. Well, if you're expecting my usual uplifting sound, well, that's not. Because Horizons came out during the pandemic time, where we had a big reset, like a big break from everything, and I think that was very, very healthy from a producer point of view. Before that, I was just going my way with the dance floor sound. I was always playing every weekend, and thankfully, with this break, no parties, no dance floors, I had the chance to, kind of, calm down, relax a little bit, take some time off for music and start listening. Because I'm always been busy, with my own stuff, so I never really had the chance, not the chance, but never really had the time to listen to other genre or discover other artists. So with the pandemic time, I had actually time to listen to other people. For example, I discovered Bam Bomber.
Oh, he's amazing.
I never heard about him before, just because it's my fault, obviously, but just because I was always focused on my own thing.
Yeah.
And now I became a big fan, of course. So I love that music. I loved all the, all the more progressive sound, and I actually started playing that sound in my live streamings, because live streamings became a thing in that period, and I just started loving it. I think that this is the right sound that I'm enjoying right now. I mean, there are no dance floors, there are not playing banging stuff at all. There's no reason. And with that in mind, I said, well, you know what? There's not much to do right now. Let's make an album. And so I started working with the album, and I came out with the Horizons project, which is 3 discs. Or the first 2 discs is the actual album, and the 3rd disc is the uplifting mixes. And the reason why I have the uplifting mixes, it's because when gigs came back,
you have to play them.
I needed something to play in my sets. But then I discovered that I can actually play longer set if I also play the original mixes. And this is how we came out with the idea of Horizons sets, like tonight, for example. So in my Horizon set, I can play longer, like a 3 hours, 4 hour set, and I can finally move around much more. For example, I can start playing at 124 BPM, bring it up all the way to 135, 136, whatever. It really depends by the crowd. And I'm really enjoying it because I can play my, let's say, my live streamings kind of sound from the pandemic, plus my actual dance floor sound. So, and what makes me really excited right now is that all the different genres, they actually being put together in one single set. Because melody, it's being used by every single genre. Like, you have you name it, progressive house, melodic techno, future rave. I really love it. That I'm playing some of my uplifting tunes from the album as well. I mean, everything can be put together in a single set, and it just works.
So the sets are usually like 3 or 4 hours.
Well, it depends. If I get booked for a festival, like a big time, 1 hour, then it's gonna be more banging. Usually I can't play progressive 124 BPM because that won't work. Or actually, that's not really what people expect from me. I'm more of a peak time kind of performer, right? So, but I love to play longer sets like this. For example, I played 4 hours in Miami for Miami's Music Week, and that was 4 hours of full Horizons type of music. So 125 to 132 max. That was my BPM range. If BPM is a thing, BPM is not really a thing, because you can really play banging or uplifting at 128 BPM anyway. But just saying that people know me because I'm 138, 114 time. Well, it's not really necessary like that anymore. Which it doesn't mean I'm not playing that type of music. It means I play a wider range of music, which I'm really enjoying right now.
So why did you pick Horizons as the title for the album?
Horizons has I live on the beach basically, and when we were not allowed to go out during the lockdown, actually I was allowed to go on the beach, and I was just spending lots of time there, like staring at the horizon. And whenever I look at the horizon, I feel like that gives me kind of a sense of a hope of a future. And I was say imagining a better future, a different future, like now basically. And also horizon gives me a sense of Yeah, like a kind of trying different things, like trying different music, trying different horizons.
Yeah.
So and somehow that fit what was my mood back then.
Yeah. It's a good title.
Yeah, we'll just decide to pick up horizons. I always use one single word for my albums.
Right, that's true. It was like Alma.
Yeah, Alma, Magenta, Evolver, Horizon, Go.
Yeah.
Free Fall.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah,
it's always one word. So I was looking for one word that came up pretty much naturally.
Yeah. So where can people see you the next coming months?
I can't even remember, mate.
I think I saw Australia, USA.
Yeah, I have my agenda. I have my gigs on even on my socials. I can see, we the tour flyer. Where am I going? I mean, like,
festival.
EDC Las Vegas, for example.
Mostly coming up.
Yeah, Luminosity, Sunrise Festival. Don't even remember.
After having like a calm time during COVID, now it's back to normal.
Yeah, no, that's back to even more busier than before.
Yeah. By the time this interview will be online, the track will be out for a few weeks already, but you just remixed the Rank 1 classic Airwave. How are the reactions on that one so far?
Reaction is pretty good. I mean, I love the way it came out. It wasn't really easy for me because I didn't want to do what people was expecting me to do. I just wanted to do the opposite.
Yeah.
And in fact, I did the opposite, which works amazingly for me. And looks like, seems like people is loving it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have few purists that are.
This is not Giuseppe Ottaviani.
Yeah, bring your energy back.
Yeah.
But that's totally understandable. I mean, I would complain as well if I really in love with something classic and then someone else touch it. Like, for example, you don't want to remix, I don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody, for example.
So
it's never easy to please everybody when you make when you touch a classic. But a majority of people, they love it.
So did the Rank 1 guys approach you, or did you make it yourself, or?
They asked for a remix, and I remember Venlo, when I sent the first demo, it was like, wow, this is exactly the sound I was looking for. And I was so glad because, it's always kind of scary.
And that
could be the reaction from the original composer.
Because that's what I was thinking as well. Like, they asked you, and did you say yes straight away, or were you like, it's such a big classic, maybe I shouldn't do this, or?
No. I'm always like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Of course. Especially if I love it, because I love challenges.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if your memories and are kind of stuck with the original song back in the days, you always have to think about the new generations that they didn't get to live that era.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how do you bring something classic to a new generation? And this is why I said, you know what, I just try to make a proper 2023 track mix, but keeping the original parts intact. I didn't want to mess up too much. I just did mess up a little bit. So I think that's a good compromise because, people who never listen to the original, they're probably gonna like this version, and eventually they're gonna check
original,
and find the original.
Yeah.
So I think, you don't wanna, in my opinion, if someone asks you for a remix, you want to remix it. You don't want to just make it sound better. But be exactly the same.
Yeah. So, speaking of remixes, on your socials I saw that you also did a remix from Scooter's Hyper. What can you tell about that one?
Well, that was not really originally planned as a remix. That was just something for my shows. I do a lot of bootlegs for my shows, like a lot. And obviously people always ask for a release, but not everything I do, it's meant to be released. Because I want people to be able to listen to those tracks in my shows only. And that's kind of how
something exclusive.
Something exclusive, how you make yourself more exclusive. And I love this. The thing is that that the Scooter guys, they approached me and they were like, oh, we really love what you did. And so long story short, we're going to release this as a collaboration.
A collaboration with Scooter, how awesome is that?
That's how weird, right?
Yeah. I also heard that you will release something soon on Jura Beats.
Yes, I'm working on something. That's because, I mean, after the pandemic, as I said before, I love to experiment all different stuff. And obviously I have some collaboration with some from Anjuna guys. We made a track together. I'm gonna play it tonight. I actually did play it also at the Estate of Trance.
It was right.
We're looking to release that on Anjuna because I think that's their kind of sound.
Yeah. So is it like progressive or?
Yeah, definitely more progressive, but with some kind of a techno influence as well. It's progressive but very driving.
Yeah.
So I think it fits the label. We will see. I mean, we're still talking about this.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and right before the interview, you told me something else, another remix that's getting a release.
Yeah.
So Baby Don't Hurt Me. The original was like What Is Love from Hathaway.
Yes, correct. So David Guetta has done this cover of What Is Love. It's called Baby Don't Hurt Me, which has been released I think a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
2-3 weeks ago anyway. And but initially it's been like a year that you probably heard me playing a bootleg of What Is Love with the Hathaway Boys. So that was a bootleg I made together with Hyberton, and I've been playing this for a year now. So basically, long story short, that bootleg is now becoming the official remix of Baby Don't Hurt Me. So forget about the Hathaway Boys.
Yeah,
we're gonna use the same mix, but with a new vocal from David Guetta.
Yeah,
and that's different. Let's see what people say.
Yeah. But you're so busy. You do like an album, like all these remixes, and then so what else are you working on?
I'm working on a techno track.
Also under your own name, or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't. I've been thinking about using alias. Honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
If I do something, it's because I love it and I put my face and my name on it.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. So this is I think I can tell you this because I signed the agreement like a couple of days ago. So it's called Digital Symphony. That's gonna be out on a Hardware label, Revealed. I've been playing lots of tracks from Revealed in the past year in my sets because I love the combination of trance melodies and techno beats. So I've been playing that. I mean, like I made a bootleg myself of a Hardwell Into the Unknown. I was really happy with Hardwell's set when he played last year at Ultra.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I was like, okay, I really like this. It just needs some more melody. And that's basically what I've done. So this track is gonna be, I mean, it's signed to the label. We don't know when it's going to be released, but that's something for this summer.
Oh, nice.
Just to say, all different type of things.
Yeah,
that I'm doing. And then I have another one. It's a collaboration with Ilan Bluestone. And that's called Futuro, because he was looking for an Italian title. Futuro just means future. That's signed to Armada, of course.
Yeah.
And that's going to be released also, I don't know, early summer. We're working on that. But yeah, it's a lot of different, this is the point, right? After being stuck for 2 years making an album of my own, I really feel the need now to be a little bit more free. Yeah. And release, just make music, release it. Make music and release it. Different type of music, different type of collaboration. I'm just really enjoying the freedom that I have right now. So I think for this year and eventually even next year, I'm just gonna be just gonna go with the flow. Yeah. And do random releases.
Yeah. So are still people you wanna work with?
Yeah, but I can't tell you now.
Oh, you can't tell, yeah.
First, I need to make this happen.
Yeah. Like you work with Scooter, so that's cool.
I mean, exactly, right?
Yeah, I find it really cool, yeah. So is there still something in your bucket list, music-wise?
I don't know, I just, I don't really think too much ahead, if you ask me, because I change my taste for music every 6 months. Yeah. And I change my plans every 6 months. Yeah. So I don't really like to plan things ahead. Obviously, when it comes to an album, you have to plan things. Yeah. But other than that, I just really go with the flow, with what I'm feeling at the moment. And even with my previous album, I've always been moving around.
Yeah.
I've never been just one single direction. And that really goes with the time you are living in.
Yeah.
So I can tell you what's my plan for the next 6 months, but then
Yeah.
who knows?
It can change. Yeah.
I can change. Yeah, I can change. And I mean, my taste for music can change. I also like to be influenced by other artists. For example, if there is someone that comes up with something that I really like, I could be like, oh, I love that sound. Let me get inspired and from that kind of sound and make something new. And then eventually, you get inspired from someone, you make something new, and then eventually you inspire someone else.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other producer makes something new. And this is kind of an ongoing thing.
Yeah, true.
And this is how music evolves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, and I think it's always been like this anyway.
So right now, what kind of music do you listen to in your spare time?
Everything, literally everything. Well, if you ask me to be a little bit more specific than everything, in my spare time,
Yeah.
I don't have spare time.
You don't have spare time.
Like
when you're in the car, in the plane, or...
Yeah, I just put on my Spotify playlists and I listen to all different type of stuff.
Yeah.
For example, to give you a bit more specific genre, if you go on Beatport, right? You have the main chart, you have the main stage chart, you have the progressive house chart, you have the melodic techno chart, you have the peak time techno chart, and then you have the trance chart. So put all these things together into Spotify. That's what I'm listening to now.
But also like older stuff, like 80s or...
No, not really into the 80s. Right now, I'm really into the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is why I do a lot of bootlegs, and eventually some of those gets released.
Yeah.
But again, when I do something, it's not always meant to be released. It's most of the time it's for my personal use, for my shows, because I want people to come to my show and say, oh, that's a song I can only hear at Giuseppe's shows.
But it's kind of cool when the artists approach you or the labels like, hey, we like this, we want to get it.
Oh yeah, absolutely cool. I mean, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic, because it's kind of stress-free. You don't have to reach out, ask questions and everything. Just coming to you, which is great.
Yeah.
And if it's worth it, yeah, why not?
Yeah. So which kind of bootlegs are you playing right now in your sets? I mean,
Many. Many.
I mean, the people just have to come to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, and my famous last question, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Okay, I've been lying to all the people for years, but I do actually like pineapple on pizza. I had to play my Italian role purists on pizza.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Good.
I love my margarita, but I also love pizza with pineapple on top.
So are there more people like in your family that like it, or is it...
That's just me.
Oh, just you.
I'm the weirdo.
Oh, good. Well, thanks a lot for your time, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, my interview with Giuseppe Ottaviani, and the story behind linking people. Giuseppe, thanks a lot for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.